Okay, guys, let's put our phones away, please. Keep those in your pockets.
Excuse me, is this already turned on, right? It's recording now? Thank you.
We are not today. We're just going to let them have the day.
Take it 10 minutes.
Sure.
Who's not here? Izzy, girl. Izzy, not Madeline. Izzy, Madeline, not here. Madeline. All right. Well, James here. Anyway. All right. So.
Yeah, fruit snacks, gummy bears.
I'm going to let our guests. I'm going to let our guests introduce themselves from the University of Iowa, and she'll explain all that. But please pay attention. Give me your utmost respect. It's a ton of fun. We had a lot of fun last period.
I did. Okay, hello everybody. This is my name. I'm from the University of Iowa. Sure. I work at a place called Confucius Institute, where I teach Chinese languages. I've taught college students, high school students in City High, West High, Liberty High. You guys know where those high schools are, right? In Iowa City areas. And here I'm here. First time I'm in Tiffin, so very happy to see you. Today we're going to introduce Mandarin to you. So have you learned Chinese before, any of you? So consider this the first lesson. It might be a little bit intensive, but just introduction to all the aspects of the language, so you get a little taste. Okay. So that's my name. How do you call me? No idea. That's the right reaction. Because Chinese is not alphabetic language, right? So when you see my name's written in Chinese, it does not give anybody a clue how it sounds. That's why when you learn Chinese, you also have to learn the sound system. This is the alphabetic system, symbolizing the sound for each symbol in the written system. So last name I have is Ma. Given name, Xi. We're going to talk about those names in a little bit. Okay. So first I want to show you a map of China. This map shows you all the provinces in China and all the capital cities in the provinces. What are some Chinese cities you already know? Capital city? Beijing, right? It's right here. Red area there. Do you know the largest city in China with the largest population? Shanghai. Hong Kong, of course, is also a very important city. We're going to mention that in a little bit. So this is the 4 words to tell you the levels of the administrations. The first one is sheng. Can you say it? Sheng. That's the province. It's like Iowa State. In Chinese, we call it sheng or zhou, so sheng. Underneath it, we have di or shi. That's a city. And then we have xian, county, below the city area. Xiang is under xian. Okay, so in total, you have 34 provinces in China. On this map, can you see the red areas marked here? Yeah. So you already mentioned the 2 cities, Beijing, the capital, Shanghai, the largest city. Another one, Tianjin, is right there, next to Beijing. It's on the coast. And then the other one is Chongqing in Sichuan province, where the pandas are. Those 4 cities, because they are so important, either politically, economically, or both. So they're kind of administered directly under the central government. That's what we call those 直辖市. Everybody? 直辖市. Directly administered cities. Okay, so 4 special places. And can you see on this map, some areas a little bit darker in color? Yeah. So those are 5 areas. In the Mongolia, Xinjiang, Xizang, Tibet, Guangxi to the southwest part, Ningxia right here, small piece. Those are where what they call the minority ethnic groups live. So the majority ethnic group is Han people in China. Those are Mongols, Tibetan people, Zhuang in Guangxi, Ningxia Hui people, they're Muslims. And then you have Xinjiang, the Uyghurs. So those 5 places are very different because people might have different lifestyles or religious beliefs. So those are what we call 自治区. Everybody? try it again. 自治区. Don't worry, we're going to mention that one by one in a little bit. So 自治区, self-administrated regions. So they have more autonomy by comparison. And then two places very special. One is Hong Kong, that's 香港. Another one is Macau. They used to be colonized by other countries. So you guys know China is a socialism. The economy is what they call national capitalism, the system. But in those ones, they have more flexibility with regard to the capitalism system. So those are called special administration region. We call it 特别行政区. That sounds very good. 特别行政区. Nice. So it's a review for you. Okay. So a map of China here shows you how high each area is. So if you look at the map, you imagine there's 3 stairs of China. Very tall here, you have Himalaya here, the Tibetan here, and then in the middle, mountains. On the eastern part, mostly plains along the coastal areas. I'm just simplify everything here. Those two shows you a different climate pattern on the map. So think about cold areas when life can get very harsh in winter, when the temperature drops a few degrees, because they're those people, right? They only have one harvest every year. When you move on to the south or even southern there, they might have 2 harvests or 3 harvests every year. People living a comfortable, rich life. But those people, they herd horses, lambs, right? And they have a very strong army. In a difficult year, what do when they lack of food and resources? They're gonna, so wars will happen. That's a kind of recurring thing we see that in Chinese history, unification, division, and conflicts between what we call the Han people in the south and then what they call the northern barbarians. And that has an influence on the language as well. So if, say, China is unified under a very powerful central government empire, then the government will push for standardized language. And then when the empire falls apart, which happens again and again in Chinese history, then the northerners driven the southerners or the Han people to the south. So the Han people speaking the standard language moves and migrates to the south, carrying the language they have. And then the language kind of influences the local dialects in the south, and then somehow merge with each other, and it gives rise to lots of varieties. So that's a pattern we see very often in Chinese history. Those are just a few examples there. Okay, and now this is what's kind of going on nowadays. Red area, you see them are called Guanhua, Mandarin. Mandarin is language spoken by the literati, the high officials. And then you have different colors tell you the other dialects varieties. For example, you may have heard Cantonese right here. In Guangzhou, this is where Hong Kong is, remember? And in Shanghai, this area, they're Wu dialect. So you may have heard Shanghainese, very different from Mandarin. Just a few examples here. Within each group here, those are the 10 major groups. Within each group, you have subgroups underneath it. So I'm from somewhere here. Okay, so I'm from Mandarin group, the Middle Land. My colleague Xu Laoshi, she's from this area, okay, to the southwest part of China. We're both Mandarin group, but our dialect is a little bit different. I'm going to show you in a sentence. Can you kind of see it's a little bit fine down there? So the sentence says in Mandarin, 大家好. That's hello everybody. 大家好. 很高兴. Very happy. 来到. 这里. To come here. So everybody, I'm very happy to be here. 大家好. 很高兴来到这里. 徐老师, how will you say that? Can you come here? Come here, 徐老师, so they can record your voice. Yeah. Repeat one more time. 大家好，很高兴来到这里。In your dialect, please.
大家好，很高兴来到这里。
Can you see somehow similar, but you can still hear the difference, right? And again, in Mandarin, 大家好，很高兴来到这里. In my hometown dialects, right here, 大家好，很高兴来到这里. Again, a little different, but you kind of can understand, right? And imagine if you live in China for 20, 30 years, then it's easier for you even, right? 好，谢谢徐老师。好。Now, I'm having another example here. In this short video here, we have 3 speakers. One from Tianjin, if you remember, that's kind of a city very close to Beijing, the coastal city. And 2 in the Wu dialect, the Shanghai Nice dialect area. I think one of them is from Shanghai, the other one is from Shaoxing, which is to the southwest of Shanghai. Let's give it a try. It's here. I just want you to hear a little bit like how the northerners sound differently than the southern. I'm going to slow down her a little bit so you can hear. Let's do 0.75. Okay. Drag it over. Hi. So. So you can hear the difference between the northern and the south. So she says, 很高兴认识大家. Something we said earlier. So very happy to meet all of you. So one more time. 很高兴认识大家. This is from Mandarin group, but to the north. Now move on to the south. That's Shanghainese saying 认识你很高兴. Oh, 很高兴认识大家. Can you feel the difference? Sounds like a different language, isn't it? Another one is from Shaoxing. It's a totally different. I have to ask her. She's my colleague in the Chinese program at University of Iowa. I was like, what did you say there? She said, I said, nice to see you. I was like, you're kidding me. Because the Shanghainese I can kind of figure out, but her language is very, very different. Okay. So, let's go back. I can find it. My mouse back here.
Kind of like we try to understand our Southerners.
Yeah. Is that difficult?
Oh, go visitor.
Dirty. Outlaw 319.
I'm having a little difficult moving back to the screen again.
Sorry. Here we're cracking jokes about somebody. What did I do last time? Oh yeah, we just got to click down below.
Oh, okay.
Where'd the mouse go? There it is.
Oh,
so then
thank you.
I think I just went there.
Okay, thank you. All right. So to summarize the difference between the language varieties, the Mandarin groups, they're kind of similar to the Roman language groups in Europe. You kind of understand each other, but you do not really. And then there are some varieties that nobody understands unless you're from that area or learn it. And then more varieties to the central and especially the southern zones. The northern groups are more homogeneous. Okay, and then lack of thorough research. So in the future, if you study linguistics, that's a very potential area for study. Okay. And when you learn Chinese, especially in this country, what you're learning is the modern standard Chinese, what we call 普通话. Everyone? 普通话. Hua is speech, talk. 普通 common, ordinary. So 普通话 common language. So it's based mostly on the northern dialects. So it's easier for those people from Mandarin groups. The sound system, they're close to Beijing standard pronunciation. There are differences, but mostly the same. The grammar, the syntax, based on the northern dialects also. And it's speaking language, so it's not formal written language like the classical Chinese Doppeltune. So those are the 3 features. In the past, it's called 国语. 国语 is national language. That's when China is under the rule of the Republic of China. In 1949, the new China established. The government changed the name into 普通话, emphasizing this is the language everybody. It's a common language. So the name was made in 1955. So today, when we introduce Chinese, we're introducing the modern standard language, what they call Mandarin. So we're going to learn pinyin first. Pinyin, word for word meaning, to spell the sound. So that's the sound marks to tell you how the character sounded like. When we do this, feel free to look at your Chinese name. Can I borrow your name card? Yes. So in your name card, I have the English name there. In the middle, that's pinyin. Okay. So you have English letters with tone marks on top of it. Underneath is the Chinese writing. Okay. So for now, maybe focus on the middle part. When we introduce the group, see if that's in your name. And if you have questions on how do I say it exactly, just raise your hand and stop me. Okay. We start with something very easy. So consonants, very easy, this group. Bo, po, four. Okay, bo, po, mo, four. That's the first four.
Don't be shy, guys.
Yeah, when I ask you to do something, it's because I feel like you can do it. De, te, ne. That's perfect. Now, simple vowels. I have highlighted and colored the sound that's very similar in English. So, a, o. Okay, this one is. How do you say this one? Bird. It's like I do not know that. Okay. Whenever you see e, you know it's sound. Mm-hmm. And then root tongue up after r, e, u. Last one is a little tricky. Last one is the u with two dots, but you never see it in the names because it's dropped because some spelling rules. Let me write down this on the board. So this is when you have J, Q, X, or Y in the name, and you see the U after it, it's always this tricky sound here. And there might be other things after it, a nasal sound or something. So this one, when you get ready to say it, get ready to say E, but do not make the sound. Instead, you run the lips fast. So, U.
Wow, what?
If you learn French, you have a similar sound like U. So it's in between. U, E. E is very behind. U, very front. U is in between. U. I think you heard. Sounds good. So when you say E, don't make the sound. Run the lips fast. So U. You can do it, but you do need a little practice. It's okay if you cannot do it today, because this is just introduction, right? Mm-hmm. I think I heard a lot of you do it already.
Yeah, you heard me, right?
Yeah. Why even you? This one, how do you say it again?
Yeah.
O, E, U, U. Give it some time. I think most people can nail it. Yeah. Okay. This one. Last one is very important because with that spelling rule, you see, those letters goes with the U sound. So J is G. The same as English, right? Q. You may wonder when you see Q in people's name, how does this sound? It's Qi. Qi. When you say cheese, right? The S part means air flows out of your mouth. So qi. That sounds good. Next one, I hope you all remember because it's in my name. Remember the X? How do you say that? With a smile. Yeah, show me teeth. Xi. Yeah, that's the three. Those three only goes with E and U sound. So J-I, G, Q-I, Qi, X-I, Qi. Now you know how to say my name already. Now with that, it's Ju, Qu, Shu, Yu. Okay, very good. Next one, Z, C, S. Most people feel like those are very tricky. One rule you remember is I doesn't count in those, just placeholder. So those are just noises, just consonant sounds. So let's take a look one by one. When you have Z-I, it's just Z. So C-I, very good. Same thing. Voice means vibration of your vocal cords. So if you say s, you can feel this is vibrating. Okay? This one is zhi. You got it. Okay? Chi. These two are mostly like ZHE, so with the sound in the middle. If you want to say ZHI on its own, zhi, chi, shi. This is zhi. So I think most English speakers do not have problems saying RI. It's not that strong R color than English, so if you do not know how to say it, you say sh, and then add the vibration of vocal cords. So sh, so zhi. And you don't have to say it so strongly when you say it like zhi, right? Zhi. Review one more time, everybody. Z, s, s, zhi, chi, shi, zhi. Good. That's all consonants you have in Chinese. Okay.
You can make a song.
You can perhaps rap in that. Okay. Vowels. Okay. This one is, how do you say the letter?
I.
How do you say this letter?
A.
And then that's how those three sound like. Okay. This one, your instinct. How does it sound? Go ahead. Ya. 对。耶。耶。对了。窝。窝。And this one is yu and so.
Wait, what?
约。约. Alright. One more time. One more time on your own this time. Can you do it?
I. Ya. A. Ye. Ao.
Ao. Ao.
O. Wa.
Wo.
Ye.
Okay. Got it. And then you know those. I'm gonna add one letter before it, so you should know this one. Wei. Wei. Yao. Yo. Okay. Now, spelling rule kicks in here, makes it a little bit trickier. If you have UI in your name, that's also UEI. We just get lazy, we drop the E in the middle. So UI is also Wei. If you have IU in your name card, that's IOU. So yo. Okay. All right. Nasal sound also should be easy for English speakers. And then tricky one is yuan. Yuan. So you have your name here. Remember the two dots omitted, but it's yu. So yuan. Juan. Quan. Xuan. Wen. Huan. So all the UN is one except for those. Okay? We'll move on to that one. In. Yun. Okay. Yun. Qun. Oh, sorry. Jun. Qun. Xun. I'm adding a tone there. You all got it. Very good. So tricky thing here is you have to remember this J, Q, X, Y letters. When it goes with that wu, it's yu. Then you will be okay. All right. Back nasal. Ang. So you have Yang. Wang. Now you can say the name correctly. You will be doing a better job than most of the news announcers. Wang.
Well, that's his first name, but it's his last name.
Yeah. So this one, if I write it in character, this is this. So this is the person, this is the earth, this is the heaven, this is the person standing right in between. He's the most important person, so that's the king. So Wang, originally the character itself means a king or emperor, the ruler. It becomes a very popular surname. People say it's a surname with the largest population in China. Anywhere you go, you will find a Wang there. Okay? Do you have a question?
No.
Okay. If you come back here, you can let me know. Weng. Ying. Ong. Okay. What do you think? All right, so far? Yes.
What if there's G in front of that last?
That's very good. That's a very good question. If you have
That's your name.
this, oh, G. That's it. Let me see what name I give you. Ah, Gong. Gong. He's asking G. So, G and Ong together. Gong. Gong. Okay. Anybody wants? Okay. Gong is merit, contribution you make. Alright. Now I'm going to just quickly tell me how difficult you think the first part is. The scale 1 to 5, maybe? 5 the most difficult. 1 is the most easiest.
Don't be shy, guys.
Yeah? 5? Yeah, it's okay. 3, 4, 5.
I don't remember anything.
If I tell you this is what you need to learn in about 3 weeks.
We can't be like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, you practice every day. Do you think you can nail it? Yeah. I think you can. I think okay, you can.
I don't know about that.
And the second one is second part, tones. So in your Chinese name card, you may see besides the syllables, besides the letters, you also see little marks on some of the vowel sounds, right? Yeah, top of them, small marks. Those are marking the tones. Some of you may already know Chinese is a tonal language. That's the biggest difference between Chinese and English. Another one. So, what are tones? So this story I tell when I teach tones. The story goes, going to see the dentist. So he or she asks you to open your mouth and say, keep it very high, very even. No, not loud. Even. High means high in pitch. Okay. You all can do it, right? So that's the first tone. If you see a short or horizontal bar on top of letter, that marks that whole syllable is the first tone. You got that in your name? Good. Yeah, good. And then second one.
Wait, you got bonds here?
Wait.
We're going to go over your names in a little bit after we learn tones. So we will have practice time on your individual names. So second part is the dentist asks you to open your mouth and let's see you have a lot of fat teeth. He's very surprised. What does he say? Listen first. Just like what? Okay. So that's marked with short rising bar on top. Okay. So that's the second tone. Third tone. And you say, doctor, I have very sweet teeth, but I do not like to brush my teeth that often. So explains why. He got it. He's like, So you have to go down and go up. So that's marked with little contour symbol here. So little V shape. So that's third tone. Okay, that's third tone, but it's different kind of third tone existing too. We'll talk about it in a little bit. And finally, pull out the teeth hurt so much. You're like, no. Okay. Let's put them together. Tone 1 to 4. You don't want to overdo the contour. Just one. Okay. Very good. We're gonna look at them one by one. Think about rising tone in English. When you have a surprising tone, you say what? What? That's the second tone. So try that again with sound. How do you say that with the second tone? What? Okay. And when you have very emphatic rejection, no. That's falling. So So that's two tones you can nail easily. With the first tone, try to find your highest pitch. Everybody is a little bit different. So how do you do that? Ask a question. Will you learn Chinese after this class? Maybe. Okay? Maybe. So, So that's how high it should go. Okay. You don't have to go higher than that. Otherwise, it's beyond the tone register, right? Okay. So that's third tone. I already know it's but that's called a full third tone. A full third tone only used when third tone is on its own, say in a person's name, just there. But if in a word that have two characters, 2 symbols. It goes with another tone before it. It becomes a half third tone. That's very low. How do you get a very, very low tone? Just go hesitating all the way down. Try that. So I do it with sound. So that's a half third tone when it goes with other words.
You guys should get used to that tone.
Yeah. So if you have a low voice, some girls, your voice might crack a little bit. A lot of boys, their voice cracks for the third tone, low third tone. That's very often used in words. You hear that a lot. Quick review. Or Okay, that's the tones. So what we're going to do next is we learn the pinyin, most of the sounds and the tones. We know that the 4 words goes with the 4 tones. I'm going to go through the classroom and then take a look at your name cards. We're going to practice your Chinese name together. We'll try to nail the sounds and the tones, okay? And Xu Laoshi will help that half. I will be here and then move on to that one after I'm done here. Thank you. Starting with you. Start with your full name. English. Okay, so when I make your English name, I choose the sound in your family name. So Kang means healthy. 爱 love. 人 is kind. Like you altruist. Love others. That's 人. 康爱人. Okay. Alright, nice to see you. Alright. Tell me your English name first.
Well, Video Christian.
Okay, I'm not far away, so I choose this. Your last name? Wei. Kun Si. Wei Kun Si. Very nice. So Kun is the land, Si is children, offspring. So Kun Si is like blessing your children. Don't worry about that. Just a lucky character in your name. Okay?
Alright.
So your English name is?
Spencer Karkash.
Okay. I choose this from the first syllable in your last name. So Han.
C.
So you can drop the E sound.
Okay.
B.
B.
Han.
B.
is to think. Being is well-mannered, very graceful, very respectful. Being. Okay, Kan Si Bing, nice to see you. Oh, you have your name already? So, good. Jie, good. Jie is outstanding. Sen is a forest. So I have 3 trees. That. Okay. Nice to see you. Okay, your English name?
Wilson Mason.
Okay, so first syllable here is your last name. Wei. Wei to guard, to protect. Man. Shan. Man is fulfilled. Shan is a mountain. Wei Man Shan. Nice to see you, Wei Man Shan. Okay. Let's see yours. How do you say your name in English?
Das or David Das.
Okay, so the first sound here. Dao. Dao is a knife. Dai. Dai is a great mountain. Wei. With authority. Dao Dai Wei.
Nice mountain authority.
Authority. How about you? Let's see. How do you say your English name? Your English name? Alexander. Very good. I choose this one for your last name. Man. An is peaceful, safe. Ling is mountain range. Okay. Anling, thank you. Do you have yours? Yes. Let's try yours first. She. Yeah. Ko. An. So Shi is your last name. This first sound. Ko An means fighting against like evil people to bring peace. 蛇口安 Thank you. 蛇口安 Is this your name card here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go through that. So, how do you say English name?
Yeah.
English name. Okay, so I choose the first one here. The last name. Man. Ling. Graceful. Ling is a plant in the river. Mi Man Ling. Man Ling, nice to see you. Do you have your name card with you? Yeah. How do you say it in English? Louina Shaw. Okay. Xiao. Mo. Ling. Xiao is a popular last name. Mo is highest. Ling is a bell. Xiao Mo Ling. Xiao Mo Ling. You already know how to write it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I have no idea.
Let's see. Your English name is what?
Lauren Regal.
So, Ray.
Lauren, say your name.
乐人 very good. You don't have to try so hard because those are very close to English. Ren, good. So Ri is popular.
V or like
R-E.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry about that. It's my handwriting. So Le is happy. Ren is nice to others. Care about others.
Really?
Yeah. So happy person. That's nice to people. Nice to see you. 雷乐人. Do you guys have yours? Already?
Wait. Hi.
Hi. Good.
Oh.
Nice to see you. How about yours?
I'm good. We got
What
mine.
is it?
Lu Xiaoying.
Lu Qiaoxing. Good. Your name is?
Hao
Luo
Lu
Han.
Han.
Good. 好洛涵. Yours is?乐泰乐. Do you know the meaning of this? So, Hai is lucky. Le is happy. Do you know the meaning of your name?
No.
No. So, Hao is based on the last name. Luo is a camel. Han is profound. So Luohan is based on your given name. Try to pick up some words. Go with it.
I know.
Do you know the name? The meaning of the name?
No, I have no idea.
Lu is the way, the road. Qiao is the bridge. Xing is the star.
Oh.
Lu Qiaoxing.
Yeah,
The
way.
Let's see your name. Hai is happy. Meng is
Oh, sweet.
You're happy cute.
蛇 is just last name. Last names do not necessarily have a meaning, but just a popular common last name that's closer to your last name. So, promise. Upright.
Ban, no,
Ang. So no is promise. Ang is upright. So very good person.
I am a very good person. My friend is Yang.
和 Yi is wear clothing. Lian is a lotus flower. Okay, that's your name. Xian Nong. Xian is very wise, very good person. Nong is farming. So Shannon. And you have Wei Ke An.
Good, Kuan.
An is peaceful.
I'm peaceful.
Peaceful or safe.
Oh.
Both meanings. Okay.
I'm peaceful.
You know your name, the name,
Yep.
meaning of it?
Oh,
I told
the
you already
meaning?
that this is a credit, right?
Yeah.
This is to overcome difficulties. 客. And then Fu is rich. That's your last Alright. Okay.
How do you say that again?
Which one? Niu.
Neil?
I-U is I-O-U. So Niu. That's okay. I don't expect you to remember everything. Okay.
Alright, are we ready?
Alright.
Okay.
Do you all get a chance to learn how to say our names?
I think so.
Good. 对，贝可安。好。Now we're gonna move on to. Yeah, go. Yes.
Was it hard for you to learn like English?
I won't say it's easy because maybe you have learned Spanish or other language. You know, learning a different language is always difficult, right?
Yeah.
But it depends on the purpose you learn a language. If you want to say, I want to sound like a native speaker, then it's going to be very difficult, and very few people can do it. But if you want to say, I want to learn a language so I know the people speaking it, so I develop a better understanding on the country, on the culture, then I think everybody can do that. And then I'm trying to teach you today, next part is very relative to your question is, the difficult part of Chinese, you may have heard, you may know this, is character writing, because it's a very different writing system. And I'm trying to analyze it to you so you see it's doable. Okay, so it's definitely a learnable language. English, I would say most kids nowadays start learning English in elementary school. So it definitely takes some years of practice. Yeah. Okay. So that's my name in Chinese character. Let's review. How do we say my name again? Ma Xi. So that's SHE with a smile. Ma Xi. First tone. Okay. So that's what we call pinyin, right? The spelling of the sound. We never talk about the symbols. How do we call those? Those symbols are called characters. So each symbol is a character. Each character goes with one pinyin syllable. And each symbol has one sound or more than one sound sometimes. Each one has a meaning, sometimes more than one meaning. When you learn Chinese, the difficult part here is you need to learn how to recognize it, right? And how to write it, the sound of it. And since it does not tell you the meaning, you also have to remember the meaning. So you kind of have 3 tasks there. But like I said, it's very doable. This is the reason. I have my last name, Ma, given name, Xi. What's the big difference you can tell between the two? There's no wrong answer. Yes?
There's a lot more writing on like that one.
Very more complicated than that one, right? Is that what you want to say too?
Yeah.
But most people agree. What else do you see? Anything else?
That one's like
Yeah, so you're saying this one have this and that, right? You can move on from left to right.
Yes.
Okay? And most people know that, right? You agree? So if I say, this one seems like it's a whole piece, right? And this one seems like there's space between areas I can cut. Do you agree with me? Mm-hmm. So that's why we call the first one an integral character, which means a whole piece. It's one piece character. The right part is made of different areas, so we call it a compound character. You don't have to know the names, don't have to remember it, but you do have to know the difference. And why do we make that distinction here? Distinction is I'm showing you the older form. In history, that same character is written that way. A little bit more ancient, it's written that way. And it's an animal. It's an animal. This is try to make the shape look like the profile of animal. There's a big head here, maybe some hair flying in the wind, and a long tail. And this is the legs jumping. What do you think of the animal?
cat, a tiger,
Lion.
the lion.
Think more domestic.
Yeah.
Think rodeo.
Whoa!
A horse. The head here, the jumping legs, the tail, and then the mane. So this is what we call a pictographic character. It takes the shape of something you see in the real life. So when you have this kind of character, do you think it's going to be easier for you to remember? Right? Because it looks very similar to the real thing. And then the good thing about integral characters, a lot of them are like this, or easier for you to make that kind of connection. And it's like, what about the difficult one? That one looks scary. Let's analyze that one a little bit more. But before that, I want to mention this. This little form of the character is still used nowadays in some Chinese-speaking areas like Taiwan, like Hong Kong, or some Southeast Asia countries. They use that. That's what we call complicated characters. Some people will call it traditional characters. But if you're talking with a person from mainland China, like me or my colleague, we use the other one. Since it's simpler, it's called simplified characters. The government did this too, so that more people can know how to read and write. It's easier for them. Now, back to that complicated character here. We all know that it's a compound character there. And I'm going to divide it up. That's the left part, the first one, and then the right part on top, the second one. Can you see so far? And then if I move on one by one, can you see the third one is kind of in the middle to the left?
Just a bunch of them together.
Underneath of it, and then right. Exactly. It's just a whole bunch of the simple small ones that you can call those perhaps the integral character, each of them. It's composed of those, yeah.
So how do you draw that on the board?
That's the second thing we're talking about. Okay. So we know those small components, they are integral characters, but when they're used in the more complicated characters, we call them radicals. And they're kind of connected to the whole piece in different ways, mostly two ways. First, they're connected in meaning. Second, they might connect in sound. So when you know those easy, simple ones, you kind of have something to grab on to memorize the more difficult ones. So let's take a look at the character, my name, she. The meaning there is morning sunlight, because I was born early morning. Now, the radical on top of it, if I show you different forms in history, what does that mean? Song, right? So can you see the connection here?
Yeah.
Suppose I already learned this symbol and I know it's a song. Easy to remember, it looks like a song. Then I look at this one, it's like, oh, whoa, this character must have something related to the song. Perhaps the sunlight, perhaps the time of the day, right? So it gives you a little bit of hint so you can use. And if you learn more of those, the whole piece will be easier, okay? Now, this is only the second tier, so what's the last one? We know characters, we know radicals. How do we write? Especially in the past, if you're writing with a brush pen, how do we do that? Take the first one as an example. This is the strokes, the steps we take. Can you guys try? Let's trace it in the air. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. So those are called strokes. The simple lines are called strokes. And the order you have to follow to write is generally from left to right, top to bottom. If you have a box shape like this, you do the frame first, finish inside, and close it. Last step. Okay? Yes?
So when you see like those characters, like just a bunch of characters like in a sentence, you can, like, is that like automatically click it for you? Like you can read it?
Yeah, because I'm a native speaker.
Yeah.
But there are that's actually a good question. There are characters that I do not know. I have to look it up. Remember we talked about Mandarin is based on vernacular language, spoken language.
Mm-hmm.
It's different than the classics. So in the classics, the very ancient characters dated back thousands of years ago. It's kind of dead nowadays. I have no clue what it is, but my strategy is still the same. I can take a look at the small pieces. Can I have a kind of good guess? And maybe using the context in the test, maybe I can guess 80% of what it means, but I might not know how it sounds. So I still have to go back and look it up in the classical Chinese dictionary.
And even though these are characters Old English, things I was trying to read Old English,
Yeah, similar situation here. Yeah. But the good thing about it, since it's such an old language, you go back to the old classics, you will have pretty easy time to read most of the time.
The English is so young.
Yeah.
And this is 5,000, right?
4,000 years.
Yeah.
I think most of the characters already come into shape.
300.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you like write with sentences really fast?
I can kind of. If I write this character, this is how fast I can write. This is how fast, because I have done this many times. Right? So
That's her name.
it's my name. Same thing.
a story with your name, don't you?
I
Tell
do.
your story.
So this is my last name. If you remember the horse, right? We talk about integral and it's easy.
Wait, so your last name?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, very observant. Last name goes first in Chinese names because traditionally you think your family is more important than you yourself as an individual. So when we practice writing characters as a kid, this is what we have to do. They give you a handout full of this the grids, and then you're supposed to write in the middle of the grid, and each character is supposed to be the same size. Can you see the challenge I had as an elementary school kid? My last name is very easy, right? I just write like that. And then that one, I have to do it like this. Kind of have to squeeze in lots of strokes in that small space. And as a kid, when you first start to learn how to write, it's very difficult. So very often, I would do something like this instead. This is a 2 grade. I start very well, and then when I move on to the right, I start to do something like this. It's like, whoops, run out of space, goes down to the next grade, and the teachers are like, go back and practice handwriting. Because handwriting is so important in Chinese culture. So that's a struggle I had. I decided that I don't like that name, because I did not choose it, my dad chose it. I'm going to change it to this. Much easier. This is Xi with a different tone. This is to study. I thought it means to study. My dad must like it. He didn't. And he says, go back to that and practice. So, all right. Did I miss anybody's question? I thought a hand.
Yeah. When you use computers, like when you're typing, how are the characters formed?
Good. So if you have a computer, I don't think you have Chinese name for this. So if you know the pinyin there, what you do is you type X, you type I. And then you will have a kind of menu tells you different characters. You may have this. You may have the other one I just not made for myself. You may have others having the same syllable but different tones. And then you have a drop-down menu here. So you just choose from those. So which means you have to recognize it, which one you're typing. You have to know the pinyin, but you don't have to worry about the tones. Okay? Good question. All right. All right. So again, characters, radicals, strokes, 3 steps, and you can start to write Chinese. We're going to practice with the basic ones today. Okay. So the first one is a dot. Try to remember the name, how we call them. A dot is dian. Let's try to trace it in air. A dot. It moves that way. Dian. So left to right. Dian. Second is heng. So left to right, everybody. Heng. Horizontal line. Third, shu. Okay, you got it already, top down, right? Shu. So first 3 one more time. Dian, heng, shu. One more time. Dian, heng, shu. Good. Number 4 is left to falling. And the way we say it is pie. Not pie, right? Pie. So pie, pie. Looks like you're slicing the pie, but it's pie. Number 5, na. Na. Okay. Number 6 is kicking up. T. So if you have the tone with this, that'll be what? T. Okay, rising. Put them together, everybody. Dian, heng, shu, pie, na. T. Now let's see. We're gonna do some physical exercise with those. No. Okay, everybody, can you please stand up? Alright. So we're gonna practice. Try to remember this, okay? In Chinese, when we say dian, let's go down a little bit, everybody. Dian. One more time. Dian. So you're little. Okay, look up. Heng. Stretch your arms. Heng. Alright. Heng. Shu. For pie, let's do this side, okay? Right hand up. Pie. Na. Like an airplane. Pie. Na. T. Pick up. T. One more time, everybody. Not yet. Dian. Heng. Shu. You will be opposite than me now. Pie. Na. T. Okay? Let's do a little bit of Simon Says, okay? I'll give you one more chance to review. I would say Dian, Heng, Shu, Pie. Right hand up.
Right hand, Cole.
Right hand, okay. Na. Left hand, okay. T. Okay.
Wait.
So, yeah.
What are some of these, like, what about sign language? Like,
That's a good question. I do not know sign language in Chinese, but I assume they're using the same system, right? Sign language. Do you know? 手语. In Chinese? 手语. I don't know. Yeah. I guess you have to learn it. Yeah. It's a very good question. I should figure out. Okay. So Simon Says in Chinese, 老师说, 老师 teacher, 说 say, okay? 老师说点 老师说横，老师说竖，老师说撇，老师说捺，OK， 老师说提。How about 徐老师? Can you come join us? Give us some orders.
Okay.
When you say 老师说 something, they have to do it.
Okay.
But if you do not say 老师说, you say those directly, they cannot do it. Otherwise, they lose. Simon says, okay? 你知道吗，徐老师？你说老师说什么，那他们就开始做。但如果你不说老师说，你只说这些的话，他们就不能做。如果做的人就要淘汰。Okay. Okay, ready?
So only if she says
老师说。
老师说那。撇。
no.
Below Sika, okay, everybody just look at them, okay?
Already, wait.
老师说横。
Listen.
老师说横。撇。老师说撇。点。老师说点。
I lost
老
that
师说
thing.
点。
点 is a dot, so it's Alright, listen again, closely. We should have a few standing, so.
提。老师说提。横。老师说竖。
Very good, very good. Alright, I'm going to take over. 老师说横，老师说竖，老师说捺。
You lost. Sit down.
老师说点，老师说点。They done? So we have the final winner. Okay. Good job. Good job. Okay, you did a good job. Now that's the first 6. You already remember, I hope. That's all of it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Cool, this is the basic.
That's the basic
You guys
structure.
learned this when you're little?
Okay. Yeah. So number 7 is a horizontal with a hook. You may think it's a lot, but it's just built on the previous ones. So we'll call it as 横钩. 横钩.
What's
So
the motion to that?
that one, if I have to make one for you, maybe this. So 横钩, okay? 横钩. So that's the horizontal with a little hook kicking in. Okay? Then how do we call the next one? Can you figure out if it's horizontal? 竖钩. 竖钩. So it's go is a hook. So last one is 斜钩. Again, not 叠钩, 斜钩. So 斜钩is slant, skewed, so 斜钩. And then next one is horizontal, a bend, so that's 横折. 横折. So what last one? 竖折. 竖折. So that would be a vertical and a bend. Okay? Let's trace in the air one more time from 1 to 12. You can do it. 叠, 横, 竖, 撇, 捺, 提, 横钩, 竖钩, 斜钩, 横折, 竖折. So the E is right? I do not know that. So are we okay? You think you're doing pretty good? Okay. So next we're going to practice writing Chinese. So I have some handout here for everybody, but I need 2 volunteers to come write on the. How about 徐老师 pick up for me? Can you pick 2 volunteers for me? 挑2个人，举手的挑2个。A girl. Good, fair enough. So each of you stand on one side of the board. So first I want you to create 2 grids. 2 grids. Remember the grid I created before? It doesn't matter as long as you have enough room. That's okay, but you have to write to the side, remember?
Oh, no, then no.
Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rest of you, I have a practice writing sheets for you. Oh, thank you. And you know what they're going to write. So the rest of you, your job is to start writing on this, following the instruction on it, and then at the same time check if they got it. Okay. Here you go. Come on. Here you go. Alright, your grade is created? Alright. So for you two, first thing I want you to write is on the first grid. I want you to start somehow in the middle of the left side. Write a short shu. Short shu. Yeah, very good. Very short shu. A little bit longer than that.
Is mine good?
Yours is good. Okay, good. The second one, you guys can check if they follow the same order. The second one I wanted to write is starting with the top of the shu. You move to the right and write a heng.
How long?
It's across the middle. A little bit more than that. So it's kind of the same length on both sides. Here you go. Good. Yeah. A little bit longer. So the both sides are the same length. Okay. Now the third one I want you to write is from the right end of the heng. Go down, write a shu. The same length as the first three rows. Okay. Now can you close the box? The important thing is close it from left to right. Yeah. Okay. The last stroke is trace the middle line in the grid, but not all the way up. You know what I mean? Middle. So the middle line in your grid, trace it, but not from the very beginning. You know what I mean? Trace like this.
Like all the way down?
Not all the way. Yeah.
I'm really
Can somebody?
Walk it outside the box. So you want to start. You don't want to go all the way to the top, but you want to start outside the box. Then go down.
Yeah.
Oh. In the middle.
on the line.
In the middle though?
Yeah. Trace over the. Yeah. Here we go. A little bit longer.
Keep going down. All the way though.
So it should be the same length on top.
Yeah.
Did I get it? The first one? So this.
line in the middle.
Yeah.
Wait, did we draw the same thing?
You draw the same thing. The first one. So this one is ZHONG with the first tone. Zhong, which means middle. Does it make sense?
Oh yeah,
middle?
because it's in the middle of the box.
Yeah. Let's move on to the second. Are we on the same page?
I'm
Okay.
changing the color now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So here I want you to start again along the middle line in your grid. On the top part, starting from the middle, draw me a dot, a DN. Just a DN. Right on the line. Yes. Make it a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit longer. Dot, not this, but DN. You have to show me the length of it. So
Oh, like that.
yeah, like that. Good. That's the direction. Good. And then the next one, I want you to do above that middle line in the grid, a little bit above it, but beneath that DN, write a heng. Heng. Yes, very good about that. Okay. Now next one, let me try to give you the clear instruction. Starting on the heng, about 2/3 from the left, write me a pie. Goes down. Pie. Pie is left falling. Here we go. A little bit longer. Yours is okay. A little bit longer than that. Okay. Now the last one, starting also on the heng, from 1/3 from the left, and write me a na. Na is the opposite, the other way. Still on the heng, yeah. That nice, looks balanced. That's why I said it looks okay, because earlier it's not balanced. Now it's balanced. Okay. So the second word you just now wrote, and everybody else is practicing, is wen. W-E-N, second tone. It's a written language. So put them together. You are writing just now is Chinese language. So 中文, which means you can go back and tell your friends, I know how to write Chinese.
And then pull this one up, the middle one.
Yeah, the middle. And then I think the one, we call it the middle because in China is 中国, the country in the middle. Because in the past they thought they're the middle of the whole world. So our language is the written language of the middle country. Good job. And applause to you guys too.
I can't remember what is the United States of America?
America is 美国. So it's this. This part is a sheep, and then underneath it, this is big. Because in the past, I feel we have a big sheep. That's beautiful. So 美 beautiful. 国 So 国 you have the borderlines, the boundary, and inside it you have the king character. And he has a little jade, a piece of jade symbolizes status. So this is the country, 美国, the beautiful country. You choose the character. The sun is America. So, right. Okay. Now, let's see. That's the two characters you just now see. If you close your eyes, can you remember how to write Chinese?
Yeah. Close
your eyes. Think about the order. Can you write 中, the middle? And I can go back and take a look.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, like this one.
Can I go write it on the board?
You can just press it in the air. I can see it. Do you remember how to write the language word? A dot, a horizontal, left falling, right falling.
It looks like a person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions so far? You're doing pretty well, by the way. Now, this is the next thing we learn. We're going to learn how to greet each other in Chinese. Okay, so let me add tones to it. So, 你好.
I've heard that one before.
I already know that. Now you know the tone, right? So, 你好. 你好. 你 is you. Okay. 好 is good. So when I say hello to you, I'm literally saying, you good? Yeah. And then if you ask, how are you?
你好.
You have to make it a question. This is a question word. 你好吗? Very good. This one does not have a tone. So it's called neutral tone. So 你好吗? Just gentle. 你好吗?
Do we say it? What? Do you say it twice?
This is just for you to repeat.
Oh, okay.
You don't say it twice.
你好, 你好.
Unless you want to say, how are you, how are you? Okay. Let's start this. 我 I 很 is very 好 and there's a tone Sandy through kicking, so when you say it, you really say a second tone. So 我很好 谢 谢谢 Can you hear the second she is a little bit softer?
Yeah.
谢谢 That's again a neutral tone. 谢谢 So that's thank you.
Put it with that little softer. Does it mean something else? Or?
People still know you are saying 谢谢 You're just a little bit emphatic. 谢谢 Yeah. Okay. 我很好谢谢 Okay. And it's the same thing. So, something like that. When you say goodbye, you say 再见. 再 is again. 见 is to see, to meet. So when you say goodbye, actually to say see you again. 再见. Okay? We're going to do a little hand gesture again to memorize them better. So 你好 is 你好. Traditional way to greet people. 你好. This is to hug your fist, hugging fist. 你好, 你好. Now, for the question, let's draw a mark, question mark. 你好吗?
你好吗?
Okay. 你好吗? 我很好. 我很好. Kung Fu Master gesture, thank you. 谢谢. 谢谢. Okay. And last one. 再见. 再见. Okay. Try one more time. Everybody. 你好. Oh, I did not do that. 你好. Thank you. 你好. Sorry to confuse you. 你好吗?
你好吗?
我很好. 谢谢. 再见. Can you do that on? 你好.
你好.
你好吗?
你好吗?
我很好.
我很好.
谢谢. 再见. Okay, we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play a game to practice one more time. I'm gonna give this to you so you can give each of them 3. Yeah, 3 soybeans. I'm gonna grab 10 minutes. Okay, sure. Thank you. I got just a little bit. Sorry. It's okay.
I got excited.
That's okay. So we're gonna to. Me and Xu 老师 will demonstrate how we play this game. So So to play this game, you have to know how to say rock, paper, scissors in Chinese. So rock, paper, scissors in Chinese is, so if your eyes on the board, please. 好，剪刀，剪刀，石头，布。So we play 剪刀，石头，布。So this is how we play this game. So please take a look and then see if you can figure out how we play. Okay? 老师
OK，
剪刀石头布。
Oh,
I win.
I lose.
Not yet. 你好。
你好，你好，
你好吗？
我很好。你好吗？
我很好，谢谢。
谢谢。
再见。
再见。
She lose, so
Yeah.
So you have to say the whole thing.
I'm going to go greet another person. Does it make sense to you? So greet one person and then move on to the next. See how many?
One more time. Yeah,
One more time? Okay. So that we know. 剪刀石头布。
Oh, I lose again.
你好。哦，你好。
你好，
你好吗？
我很好。你好吗？
我很好，谢谢。
谢谢。
再见。
再见。
And I'm gonna greet him. Okay? So go ahead. Give you about 7 minutes. Try to greet as many people as you can. Thank you.
I 写错了，说他用车字不能出头，但我写错了，我得跟他改过来。
行，你找他要啊。
No, you go wo hen how. Oh, and then wo hen how. And then no, you go wo hen how. Then you go ni hao ma. Wo hen how. She she.
这个地方不能出头，说它一定的奢字，或者把整个田字去掉。
可以拿支笔。
有没有重新再拿一张？
把它这样。
或者是把它整个的都去掉，重新写。
So this class starts at 11.
6 more minutes.
I got one green
狮子怎么写？
很常用的一个字。
但是的话，它就叫做狮什么什么。可以，我想看字典一下。
Tell me when you're ready to get back.
Sure. I would say in about 2 minutes, maybe.
那我可以下去了。
对，谢谢徐老师。This class is very active. Very energetic.
First hour is very hard, so you can get to talk.
Which is good in language class.
Sometimes, but
You have to do it every day. It could be exhausting, I guess. Okay.
Battle bell. Actually, she's gonna do one more thing.
Okay.
You are beans and
Keep the beans. Okay, keep the beans.
Sit down.
Oh, wait, we're 0 to 2.
I'm 6.
She'll pick them up in your seat.
I will pick the beans up.
I don't got none.
That's okay. We're gonna learn. Right? How many do you have?
9.
So guys, 9 is 9. This is how you count numbers 1 to 10 with one hand. 9. 9. Okay. Thank you.
9.
0. 0. 0. 0. How many do you have?
4.
4. 4. 4. How many do you have?
0.
0. 0. How many do you have? 0. 4. 4.好，谢谢。How many?
0.
0. How many?
6.
6. 6. 6.好。9. 9. 好。How about you? 7. 7. Look at 徐老师。7. People do it differently. Some people do it this way. So just pinch. Yeah. 7. How many do you have?
2.
2. 2. I thought you were saying Chinese. How many? 3. 3. 2.
I like this one.
2. 2. 好，2个。1。好，谢谢。
5.
5. 5. How many do you have?
7.
7. 7.
17.
0.
1.
1.
Uno.
好。 0. You're not playing. 0. Okay, good job. Okay. Now, before you go, this is something I'm going to embarrass myself doing. This is actually a song, so we can sing together.
Oh boy.
But I'm very bad singer, so please bear with me. It goes like, 你好，你好，你好吗？你好吗？我很好，谢谢。我好，谢谢。再见。再见。Please sing the song together before you go. How about that? Everybody? 你好，你好，你好吗？你好吗？我很好，谢谢。我很好，谢谢。再见，再见。You have no questions? 谢謝 and 再見. Oh, you have a question? 謝謝. What's your question? You don't have one? Okay. Good job, everybody. Thank you. Good job.
Guys, this bookmark is for your book that you're reading. And then for this class, and then remember Tuesday, we have a 8-point quiz and chapter 6. Okay?
Let's go.
Wait, so you don't have to read till next
No, you have to read 6 for Tuesday.
Yes.